In the rural village of Ntamb, nestled between the red clay hills and whispering acacia trees, lived a proud man named Bako. He was feared by many, admired by few, and respected only because of his wealth inherited, not earned. But behind the high walls of his compound, his wife, Tariro, knew a different version of him. Tariro was a kind-hearted, soft-spoken woman, full of life and hope. When she found out she was pregnant, joy bloomed in her like the sun after Harmattan. But Bako, consumed by jealousy and suspicion, began accusing her of sleeping with another man. The child he claimed wasn't his. Day by day his rage grew like wild bushfire. One stormy night, while thunder cracked through the heavens, Bako lost control. He beat Tariro until she couldn't move, her tears mixing with blood, her cries swallowed by the rain. The neighbors heard, but no one dared interfere. In Ntamb, people feared Bako more than the gods. She was rushed to the hospital by her younger brother, barely clinging to life. The doctors worked tirelessly to save her and the unborn child. She lay still for days, caught between two worlds. Bako, seeing the consequences of his actions, felt no remorse, only irritation that she hadn't died. But then the doctor called him in. "Bako," the elderly doctor began, his voice heavy, "your wife and child are alive by God's grace. But there's something else, something you need to know." He handed Bako a folder. Inside was a file and a photograph. "This child," the doctor said, "is the miracle you never deserved. We ran some genetic tests because of the trauma, and we found out." The doctor paused. Bako leaned in. "This child is not just yours. It's your only chance at redemption. You cannot have children. You were born sterile." Bako's world spun. "But how?" The doctor continued, "Your wife was already pregnant when she married you. The elders knew. They begged her to end it, but she refused. She said she had loved you since childhood, and she was carrying your late brother's child." Bako fell to his knees. He remembered now, his younger brother Kani, who had died saving him during a hunting trip. Tariro had loved Kani, but when Kani passed, the village pressured her to marry Bako to keep the bloodline strong. Bako collapsed right there on the hospital floor. Not from the shock alone, but from the weight of his sins crashing down on his shoulders like a fallen baobab tree. And Tariro recovered. She chose not to return to Bako but moved to her late grandmother's village, where she raised her son in peace. Bako, once the lion of Ntamb, wandered the village like a ghost, no longer feared, no longer proud. Because in the end he had struck not just a woman but fate itself, and fate struck back.